Hey, great one. Hey, folks. Today I'd like to talk to you guys about love. If you recall in a previous video, I told you that I would enlighten you on some things about love herself, the great love goddess, great one. So, what is love for you guys in your current society? Because you haven't shown it. The idea of love all connects back to the Most High when you talk about service. Being in service to another person is something that the world society hasn't done, obviously, because there's a reason for the reckoning, folks. The disservice that we talk about. And many people get on social media and they believe that the idea of challenging such a person, the type of person who wants to oppose love, who wants to create the dissension in the world society at large, the people who want to have the wars, the fighting for no reason, when you really reason that it's about selfishness, the idea of devoted love, right? This is what you see every day, and it plays out in everywhere in your society. The reason why there's no sharing is because you don't want to share, right? And the reason why there's no caring is because you don't want to care. It's simple, folks. So when we talk about love, right, not from some aspect of, serotonin or some one of these chemicals or something that is produced when we bond physically with another person, have sexual relations and stuff. That's what you think love is about, physical, right? And I see this. So what results, because you're not connecting what real oneness is, folks, you take that love and you distort it. And what we get as a result is the product of dysfunction. You have illegitimate children, right? High abortion rates. All types of things that play out in your world society that will be relative to the end, folks. It's simple. So, love. Since we've established that it's not just something that you're doing when you're having sexual relations, or you're thinking of someone in such a way that you want to be with them, because that's all about your self-servingness. When we talk about service, which I spoke on in my previous video, I told you guys that I'm in service to the Most High, meaning that for the rest of my life, my service to Him is to give you the message of reality, and to try to deal out some of the understandings of His science. Don't know it all, folks, but only what I'm enlightened to and provided by in my teachings that I'm learning from the great ones, folks. So this is not about trying to showboat over another person or be better than another person. When I talk about that fight, when I make that person the opposing enemy to the Most High, the person who's devoid of love. Maybe some of you out there, you are my declared enemy if you are not on the side of the Most High, right? Who is all things, folks. Who is your breath of life, folks. Fact. But since many of you don't get this, you go out here in the world with your self-serving interests, and you connect to other people for means of obtaining something through your physical ideas. Marriage, right? You want to be seen with that person who has and covet the idea of who they are in this society when it means nothing. Because you don't understand that oneness. That is what love is really about, folks. So, I like to tell these stories. And one day, an enlightened man found himself in the company of the gods. And on this particular occasion, he was sitting with the great ones, and he was having a conversation with the love goddess, love herself, great one. And he was asking her why man had not figured out what love really is and oneness, when it's so apparent to him. It's so right in his face. The idea of love is more than just something physical or tangible, folks. And it's not even those things at all. When you relate these things back to the Most High, who's the most important aspect of it all, folks, you reason why there's a reason for the oneness. The oneness is Him, folks. When you hold on to Him, there's no need for hatred. You understand? Because you understand that it's all Him. But you're holding on to things that you think make you feel good in this consciousness. Right? The average person. And so, yeah, I reason that some of this stuff that goes on in the world is fucking foolishness, obviously. Because it is. When you try to live in this society and play along and not realize that there are greater things, that's that service that you should be in. Because the Lord provides you your breath of life in every second and He is all moments, why do you not owe Him praise, folks? This is why you are lost. So you'll get on here and you'll listen to what I'm saying and you'll challenge me on some trivial level about some foolishness. Maybe I misspoke in a word. When I'm speaking on mankind, folks, I'm speaking on world society. I'm speaking on humankind. It's foolishness to not even see the argument that I'm making for bigger humanity. You're so caught up in how you feel on this day-to-day level that you're not seeing the bigger thing, folks. There is a bigger fight. So when I declare people my enemy, they're enemies to the Most High. Remember, He's bringing the reckoning. He's the ultimate authority. Remember? And on that very day, folks, you will realize this. You see? This is not about challenging what I'm saying to you when I'm trying to expose you to the enlightenment that I'm receiving, folks. It is so great. It's the greatest thing I have ever experienced in this bullshit material reality that I think is real. But I also know and honor the great ones because they are the providers of this material reality, folks. So one day this guy found himself in the heavens. And he was sitting with the great ones, having a conversation with love herself. And he was trying to understand, right? Because it's really simple, right? You show man God, you show man all the love that you need, folks. All the abundance you need, folks, which is attached to that love. But man is so caught up in his things. How can he see this? And so he had much gratitude for the great ones because they kept company with him on a daily basis, teaching him these things on a daily basis. And he realized that they did love him. And they were in oneness, which was that love that he was really trying to understand why man couldn't see. Because to hold on to the Most High, folks, you're afforded this type of thing. But you have to want God on a level, folks, beyond just sensation, folks. You want me to show you that God is real so you can discuss it in some type of way where you're challenging each other and it's beyond your bigger enlightenment. That's what I call sensation, folks. The bigger message, the bigger purpose, your purpose. So yes, all things in the universe are in service to the Most High. That is why they don't charge you for their duties, folks. Right? And love herself. The whole energy of your love, your chemicals, your things that your body is manufacturing in this material reality that help you bond with these other humans and seek out mates and stuff. All of this energy. Love herself. A question was asked by someone of prominent following on social media. Is love really in the air? To which my response to that would be, absolutely, sir. Love is more than just the physical aspects of this material reality. Because I keep telling you guys, you keep relating to them as things in the abstract when they're actually real. Yes, love is in the air because she's right here right now. Right? She's right here right now, folks. So yeah, to answer your question on some technical level, is love in the air? Yes, love is in the air. But what does love mean for you in society overall? That's the question that you're not asking. What does love mean for you in greater humanity? Right? What is your idea of love? That's the question that you're not asking. So what you do, because you haven't figured it out, you want to go out to these other worlds, whom I know personally. And you want to go out to these places and you want to, you know, get the best out of what you can get in commodity. You want to take over something, which is fucking foolishness. There are societies of people living in on these worlds, folks, because I know the worlds, who have advanced technological capability well beyond your means in understanding and reasoning, because you try to reason things with a piece of paper and a pen. But because they have abundance in their society, because they're holding on to the Most High, folks. I told you long time ago in a video, I gave you this thing about spiritual technology. And you couldn't understand the idea of someone living in a space no bigger than, you know, a jail cell or something, but you go in that space and that space becomes the size of anything it wants to be. Spiritual technology. Because you hold a vibration, you can operate and function in higher energy wavelengths and stuff. This is how this is, folks. You can see it with your bullshit science. You can see that the technical aspects of it, but you don't understand the applications. It requires more than a pencil and a piece of paper, folks. It requires something inside of you, folks, your heart. And what is the heart capable of? Or should be? Love. Bigger than the idea of physical, right? Why you haven't gotten rid of all of your weapons and you have your wars and your acquisitions, right? Lack of war. I mean, lack of love. And that creates war. See? So the best of you can reason that. There's no reason to challenge what service is to the Most High when everything is said and done. See, I told you this story has already been told, folks. But because I'm privy to understand the story itself, why not wake up the people who will be part of this next thing coming in, folks? That is the only mission that I have. That is my duty to the Most High. I give him praise and everything, folks. Right? Because he is the greatest thing. He is all things. He is all of the things I love. Therefore, I love him. And I understand that, folks. Right? That helps me see the oneness in another person. But I do understand there's a bigger fight and that there are lower energies that have commandeered some of you fucking fools. And you are fools. You have bought into this thing. You have given yourselves to this thing, to this machine. Right? Money means something to you when it's not real. And I've told you this. Right? So why question my service when my service is about something higher? You guys do not understand humility. And I've talked about this in so many videos. What does that mean? Right? Do the great ones have love for you? I dare you tell me they don't. When every day they manufacture your air. But see, you have to understand something. You are products of the Most High. And they love the Most High. Right? It's all the same, folks. So yes, they do love you. This is why they do this regardless of you speaking ill of them or of your appreciations or any of these things. But what you won't do going forward is use them as a resource to do these things to others because you're not appreciating the fact of the free will. This is the point of me enlightening you guys. So you can understand on some level why something has to happen or why this was supposed to happen. You see? You haven't reasoned that part of it. If the great ones have free will, why should they let you use them to suppress another human when you're a fucking fool? See, that's where I'm talking about that bigger fight. You are on that end of the spectrum if you're upholding that. And because I give all praises to the Most High because he is all things and he is the greatest thing ever. And you guys don't reason that because you reason that you're greater than the Most High. And how you want to view things. Right? So you go about your days with this bullshit technology, You know, you can get a spark going or something. You think you're cooking with gas, not realizing that the gas is the great ones giving you gas, not realizing any of these things being provided to you. So you talk about the idea of going out to some other world with no love in your hearts whatsoever. Never entertained it on the table when you were discussing budgets with this bullshit money and how much it would cost to try to do this or that, or how much to disseminate some information or lie to this person or do whatever the bullshit you're doing. Not realizing that in all spaces you're being watched, folks. Mother Earth is holding your world in her hands. You cannot run from her. And it's what I spoke on in the last video. I am in service to the Most High, right? I devote my work to the Most High. So at any point that you come and try to oppose my work, are you really opposing me? Right? I answer to a greater authority, folks. Right? My love for the Most High is why I do this, folks. My understanding and oneness, folks. Because I am in oneness with the Most High, I am unlocked, folks. And I am also in oneness with my material reality, whom is Mother Earth, folks. And all of the other great ones whom are doing duties. And I appreciate. So I give my praise to God every day because that is honoring them. And they are branches on the tree, folks. He is the tree. He is all things. So when you water him by giving him praise, folks, you are paying respect to all of the things that are providing you this material experience, because you're only here to learn, right? Now, he gives you the privilege, right, to move into higher vibration, but you have to have love. And when you talk about me opposing people who are against love, I know the Most High, folks. That's why to me, when I talk to these people, you know, you're a fool on some level. You're ignorance. Learn from your material and your literatures only up to a certain point. There should be just guide points to point you to something. Once you get a hold of the Most High, you don't need the books. You are the book, folks. You mean to tell me that unlocking greaterness in the heavens is not greater than some literature that you're learning? He is the Most High. You understand? The great Son is the Most High. Manifested as the great one. Just like you are. But you guys don't get that. So, this guy, excuse me, and I'll get back to the story. I know I got all over the place. I get so emotional on these things. But this enlightened man, he was so in love with his family, the great ones, and so, you know, humbly thankful and appreciative and praise to God, because they were all in praise to God and all in service to God together on that oneness level. And this was his family. He wanted to give them something as a token. But how can you give to God something when they are the tangibles? And so he gave Mother Earth a flower. And she greatly appreciated that flower, because it's not about the tangibles, folks. When you give praise to God, it's not he is you, folks. And it's about the idea of the gesture. That's what you don't reason when you talk about love, when you give. The love in your heart is about the gesture. Mother Earth is the flower I gave her. The love goddess are the flowers that I gave her. But she appreciated my gesture. That conscious gesture is what we're lacking. We'll follow this up, folks. I love bad behavior, but not like I love love, you know? Something that we're missing, something that we could get better at, but the story has already been told, right? So you people that need to wake up, you people in high vibration, understand that it's all about what you want to consciously do in this going forward, right? What's in your hearts, what you're willing to give up, and what you haven't let go, right? So you're seeking something, right? And if you call it love, it's not because it's tangible. You get it? Going over to Amazon, pick up my book, I Love Bad Behavior. You can pick it up on my website, thinkbehavior.info. Like, share, subscribe to the channel, and we'll be talking soon. Maybe we'll follow this video up. I was just taking a walk out here, and I just stopped and, you know, gave you my thoughts for the night. You guys have a great evening. Take care.